A classic 24-hour summer with the Munsters on CKVR. A classic 24-hour summer with MCHALE'S Navy next. A classic 24-hour summer with the Outer Limits on CKVR. Hot fun in the summertime with CKVR and Canada's Wonderland. We're giving away hundreds of park passports all summer long. Just pick your 3 favorite classic shows from our late-night lineup. Your favorite comedy, your favorite drama, and your favorite duster. Send them in along with your name, address, and phone number to Summer Scene, Box 17,000, Barrie, Ontario, L4M 5N7. Then watch Summer Scene weekday mornings at 10:30 to see if you're a winner. Canada's Wonderland giveaways, all part of a 24-hour classic summer. A classic 24-hour summer with THE Cat on CKVR. A trip to the moon this fall with the Honeymooners on classic television. A classic 24-hour summer with LAREDO next.
She did set a Canadian record in the process. Well, with training camp less than a month away, Leafs head coach John Brophy is analyzing his team for the upcoming season, and so far, he likes what he sees.
Cardinal, a good move. Cardinal moving up, shoots, score!
I think we got scoring for sure. I'd say that's probably our #1 strong thing. Stevie Thomas had a big year last year. Wendell Clark, of course, and Ricky Vive and Freacher and guys like this. We're lucky that we can put the puck in the net. Courtville, Tom Fergus, I thought, played very well when he came over from Boston. So, as far as 2 lines, 3 lines are concerned, I think we can put pretty near as good as anybody in the league.
Obviously, you're here and you have your own style. What changes are we going to see to this team this year?
There's obviously people in this hockey club that's got jobs. It'd be crazy to say not they haven't, but I think there's some place open. There's 4 or 5 players that played very well for me last year in St. Catharines that's got a chance to maybe stick. So,
who would be some of those players who were that good?
Alan Vester played very well last year. Inachuk played very well last year when he came down and after he got straightened away. Todd Gill played really well. Cam Plant has played well in defense down there for 2 years, and nobody's really know much about him, but he's a very smart player. And I'll probably miss a couple. McGuire played very tough physical player. Those are the kind of players that has a chance.
Well, Team Canada is already training for the long season of tournaments and exhibition games this year. Defense has never been a big problem for Team Canada, but scoring goals has. But now head coach Dave King has added a couple of players that will definitely help his offense.
Wayne Crawford is 25 years old. He's from Scarborough, Ontario. He's been a scorer in every league he's played in. Last year, he had 51 goals, 102 points in 77 games with Kalamazoo of the International League.
I have the confidence to score goals coming from last year, and I've learned not to get down when you do miss the chances. As long as you get the chances, that's fine. Hopefully, I don't miss as many as I have lately in these scrimmages. But I hope to be successful in scoring for the Olympic program.
Wayne Gruel is another potential goal scorer for Team Canada. He's 21 years old from Welland, Ontario. He played last year in the American League with Fredericton and had 31 goals, 71 points in 81 games. He's a bit on the small side, just 5'9", 177 pounds. But he thinks small players can make up for their size.
We just got to work a little harder. We got to work on other things, like centerman has to work on his face-offs. If he could be a little better on his face-offs, then you could let something slide. Like maybe he's not as tall as the next guy. And speed, the same thing. You got to work on your skating. You got to work on your shooting. If everything else, is 10 out of 10, your size maybe 6 out of 10, then it all evens out.
Both Gruel and Crawford are willing to make a commitment to the Olympic program. If they're wanted, they'll stay with Team Canada right through the 1988 Olympics. They'll play their first games with Team Canada next week. The club is heading out on a European tour with stops in Finland, the Soviet Union, and Germany.
And one more final baseball score before we go. North Dufferin Junior Playoffs, Aurelia 13, Alliston 5. That's Game 1 of the semifinal in junior play. Game 2 Sunday, 6 p.m. at Alliston, and it is a best-of-5 series. And that's it in sports. Mike?
Thank you, Doug. Now let's turn to Bob to find out what is happening in the weather tonight.
Well, just before I do that, I want to say what a pleasure it is to have Doug out here with us, because he's so clean-cut. Other sports guys we've had, they got dead hockey sticks back there. Looks like the locker room blew up and it all fell into one thing. We had a sports guy who used to have a toaster back there. There was pizza on the wall. Doug's area looks like he's working for IBM. It's just all clean and it's just neat.
And we found him in a catalog.
That's true. That's true. Tomorrow, nice day. Go and have a good time. If you're out there having to work, make a lot of money and have fun.
Total News returns tomorrow at 12:30 with Kevin Frankish and Carla Gillies. For Doug and Bob, I'm Mike Jaworski. Thanks for joining us. Good night.